Welcome to the art fight preparation ring. I've just decided that I'm going to join Art Fight for the first time this year. Even though I'm not really going to be around for the first part of July, I thought it would be fun to draw some of my OCs from a little thing that I'd created. Most of the art I create is of things that already exist, so I kind of had to make my own OCs from scratch. Only one of these guys even existed before Art Fight, and that was an OC I made when I was like 12 because I was bored and drawing in, like, you know, the corners of our high school notebooks. High school? I was 12. Anyway, this is Peishi. She's basically a wolf who learned to walk on two legs and now has used the power of magic in order to look more like an anthro. She's not really based off anything in particular except for the, I guess, possibly the Pisces sign, which I thought was really interesting for, like, her bow and stuff. She is a Pisces. She's a Pisces. She is kind of like a wolf-rabbit hybrid. I don't know. I kind of just let this come to me. As you can see, I really struggle with, like, drawing characters that are not in some kind of, like, I guess, motion. So it's really difficult for me to draw characters that are just, like, looking at the camera, like, and not really doing much else of anything. I like to draw things in motion. It's more fun for me. I honestly wish I had stuck with, like, this proportion of her, like, her facing this direction instead of twisting the photo around, but you'll see I flipped it. Wanted to make sure I got everything together there. I colored in just to start doing it, putting everything on separate layers as usual. You'll probably scream and pull your hair at my coloring process, which has nothing to do with, like, actually selecting anything. Minor flash warning here while I go through all the rest of the colors. You thought that she was gonna be a little brown wolf? Nah, man. Full jet black all the way. She wears a little wig that she found. It's not her own hair. That's one thing that's kind of funny about her as an anthro. She's actually just a normal, like, animal, but she likes to wear her little wig. She wants to be a performer for all kinds of humans and animals alike. She shares the same world as this next OC coming up, where the two of them embark on a quest to bring fun and creativity back to their land. They are both performers, and Peishi is a dancer. She is adorable. I am very proud of this design. I know it's extremely simple, but I love simple designs. I just adore them. There's something special about them. Moving on, this is Peru. Fun fact, I actually drew his, like, front and back references before I drew anything else, so you'll see me pull them up right here real quick. But I struggled a lot figuring out how I was going to draw him because I'm not great at drawing characters just staring at nothing. So maybe just a little introductory, him showing off his little wares, his little paw coming out of his little tote. He's about to pull out his staff and greet you. He is a shy, mute little thing. He plays a banjo, and he travels in a band with Peishi and a couple of unmentioned characters that I'm not going to bring up yet. He mostly grew up, like, playing pranks on people. He didn't really have to feel raised by anyone in particular. Just kind of does his own thing. And when he goes on the quest with Peishi, he tends to be kind of a rock to her, which I really enjoyed writing about their characters. Like, I think the funnest stories I've ever written are just like, oh, let me just take this little, like, simple cat and the simple, like, dog and make them, like, have a fun adventure out in the middle of nowhere. So they essentially embark on that little quest, and they only have one humanoid that travels with them. Only one of them actually really speaks for the party in particular, but Peru lends his aid with his little magic banjo that he can use to heal, as well as his staff. He's based off the Cancer sign. You wouldn't be able to tell this except if you looked very closely at his staff and if you just, like, squinted and dissociated. So now we're going to start on Esmeralda, who is, I guess, the leader of the bunch, but also the only humanoid on the team. She's an angel. She's not actually a human. She was essentially sent as kind of... This is kind of like her ability to, I guess... What's like the Zuko type vision where you're trying to, like, gain back your honor? This is kind of her chance to regain her honor. She's not a very fun person by nature because she has a curse, wherein she is essentially a habitat for bugs. This is really gross, but I promise it's not really that gross because she has no genitals, she has no body parts on the inside. She's an angel, she's a manifestation of light. But she is like a habitat for bugs, mostly butterflies, bees, and little gnats, which she finds extremely annoying. Her entire getup is themed around like flypaper. She's not themed off of like any symbol, unlike the rest of the animals and anthros that I've been drawing. She's actually based off of the Hangman, the tarot card. Her kind of thing is that she's not really looking forward to having to bring back fun. I mean, it's all being captured in a battleground at the corner of the world. There's no war in this world, so she's not having to be super combative and use any of her martial arts skills for fighting. It's all kind of going unwasted. I mean, unwasted. It's all kind of going wasted and unused. She has only one wing. I don't know what this design really came from. It kind of just came to me when I was drawing. I was like, let's just stick on body parts, and I'm already not good at drawing hands. So, Esmeralda is kind of the character that we spend the most time focusing on, not just because the second character we get introduced to, Peru, is also mute, but mostly because of the fact that she's, I don't know, she's kind of insane and makes it everybody's problem. I'm really looking forward to joining ARTFIGHT. I've never done ARTFIGHT before. I've definitely surveyed ARTFIGHT from afar. I mean, obviously, everyone has, right? I mean, if you really like to draw and you like to follow artists and you're in the art spheres, after like at least a year or two, you'll have heard of ARTFIGHT as it comes and goes. You'll hear people mention it. Wow, I'm really taking a lot of weird decisions. I really stopped drawing that a couple of times in a row, huh? Anyway, so I'm sorry I only have 3 characters, really, and they're also very simple designs, but I really enjoy drawing simple designs as well. I feel like you can do more creatively with them in a shorter amount of time, or at least I can. I kind of suck at it. Oh wow, look at me forget to color a whole portion of hair and then forget it exists. Just pretend like you don't even see it. Holy cow. It's right there in the middle of the drawing too. GD. Anyway, I ended up darkening this image a little bit more too, because when I first started on this design, I was like, hey, light brown hair is like super cute on brown skin, and then I was like, I have dark hair, and I have dark, like, well, I don't have dark brown skin, but I have brown skin, so brown hair, brown skin. I mean, it seems like a really good mesh, but I felt like her colors were a little bit too light here. Not enough. So I ended up darkening that one before I even put it on ARTFIGHT. Or at least I hope I did, or I'll have to go back and fix it. Okay, so here's her in some, I wanted to put in some lighting so that people could kind of see what she looks like when she's sitting in like an environment that's actually suitable for lighting. So I went kind of crazy on this one and I colored her in. This is supposed to be like reminiscent of a hot summer's day. That's kind of it, honestly. Enjoy ARTFIGHT. Dislike if you don't like it. Enjoy if you do. And have a good evening.